Devin Haney versus Jorge Linares. Knuckleheads, this is our post-fight reaction discussion. I apologize for not going live last night. As you know, we're getting ready for Fighters Rep 10. I've got a lot on my plate right now, and there'll be more on that at the end of this video. But this fight was a very intriguing fight. You know, my prediction was Devin Haney was going to make a statement in this fight and get a late finish. And I felt like that was something that could happen in this fight, right? As we got through round number 9, I said to myself, my goodness, Devin Haney's pitching a shutout right now. And at any time, I felt like he could finish Linares because, you know, we saw the much smaller Lomachenko able to finish Linares. And I thought Devin Haney, you know, a bigger guy, even though he doesn't really have a lot of pop or seem to have a lot of pop, you know, he's still only 22 years old. I said maybe he could, you know, wear away at him and finish him at the end of the fight. And I thought that was the trajectory we were going on. And then the 9th round happened. And my goodness, I mean, Jorge Linares just decided to let his hands go a little bit more. And look, it was a good fight up until round number 9. But there's no doubt Devin Haney was dominating the fight. I had him pitching a shutout. But Linares was landing his shots. And then in the 9th round, you guys, he just lit a combo rip. And I mean, Linares, my goodness, I mean, still at the age of 35, having fought professionally since 2002, a lot of miles on the odometer, a lot of time off due to the pandemic and everything else, still has these hyper speed combinations, man. When he lets it rip, he lets it rip. And he lit one rip on Devin Haney, and he landed a clean shot. I believe it was a right hand that had Devin Haney all over the place at the end of that 9th round. And by all over the place, I mean hurt. He was hurt. He went back to his corner, borderline stumbling, knees buckled, and didn't look good. Didn't look good. And from that round on, you know, the entire kind of momentum of the fight completely shifted. The entire fight changed. I mean, it went from Devin Haney just absolutely dominating Jorge Linares to Jorge Linares now being in charge, and Devin Haney having to survive. He basically had to survive rounds 10 through 12 because, you know, the big shot landed at the end of 9. He was able to get back to his corner. I think had that 9th round continued, I mean, who knows what might have happened. Devin Haney might have been knocked out, and then had Jorge Linares had a little bit more energy, a little bit more youth, you know, this is part of the reason I picked against him in this fight. I believe in that 10th, 11th, and 12th round, a young Linares would have finished Devin Haney off, right? And he said it in a post-fight interview. He said, you know, the long layoff, I just couldn't really pull the trigger. I was just tired. And, you know, that's really unfortunate for Linares, but Devin Haney showed a lot of heart in the face of adversity. I mean, at times he was desperately trying to survive. You know, I remember at one point the referee broke them up and he basically dove back in to hug Jorge Linares' waist. But at times he was valiantly trying to fight back. So we did see that Devin Haney can face adversity and get through it. But you guys, just barely against a 35-year-old, I believe, shop-worn Jorge Linares who looked decent. But this is not the Linares of old, you guys. This is not the Linares of old. And it worries me what would have happened had a young Linares been in there. I mean, I just got to be honest with you guys there. I think a young Linares would have finished Devin Haney. So, you know, it's a very mixed bag, this performance for me. I mean, completely dominating up until the end of the 9th round. And then completely changes with one shot landed. Jorge Linares also said after the fight, he didn't feel Devin Haney's power. You know, and this is stuff that's worrisome, right? When you look at the division, because you've got Teofimo Lopez sitting at the top. They're rapping back and forth to each other, Lopez and Haney. And, you know, I believe if Teofimo Lopez gets Haney in that position at the end of the 9th round, it's night-night. I mean, he's going to sleep. I mean, that's just the way I believe it. You know, I'm not saying that it's for sure that Lopez can get Haney in that position. I think it's very probable. But, you know, I just want to say, if it does happen, if Haney gets hurt against Teofimo Lopez, Haney doesn't have anything to keep Lopez off of him. He doesn't really have pop. And Lopez is a tremendous puncher. And I think if we saw anything, we saw weakness in Devin Haney that Teofimo Lopez can exploit, which is that, if you throw a fast combination at him, even though he's defensively responsible, I mean, he's not going to be able to anticipate every shot. One of them is going to get through, right? One of them is going to get through. He's, if you put him in that chaos, one of them will slip through and land. And I think that that's something that Teofimo Lopez can exploit. As it stands right now, I think it's a great fight if it happens. But I think a guy with the fast twitch, still in his prime, big punching power like Teofimo Lopez has right now, is a problem for Haney. I don't think it's a good fight. Listen, Haney's just 22. I don't know what the rush is. I mean, Haney could still go and fight a kid like Ryan Garcia or something like that, and it would make a lot of sense. I don't think it's time for him to go to Teofimo Lopez. I could be wrong. If he wants to do that, all credit to him, man. I mean, I respect Haney. I respect him for taking this Linares fight. As I said in the prediction, this was, his Luke Campbell, right? He was, Jorge Linares was Devin Haney's Luke Campbell, and I'm using that to analogize the whole Ryan Garcia-Luke Campbell fight. So, let me know what you think in the comments below of this fight. I thought it was a good performance by Haney. I won't say great because the latter part of that fight was an absolute disaster. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe and the bell notification icon next to it. And join the channel, FightersRep 10. It's coming August 13th, you guys. It's official right here in Seal Beach, California. And you can get your tickets very soon at FightersRep.com. Of course, you can watch the live stream by just joining this channel. And I've got John Garcia, who's, locked and loaded to compete for us on August 13th at FightersRep 10. He's going to be going live with us tonight at 7, so be sure to tune in for that. I look forward to doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, it's going to be some ridiculous fights on this FightersRep card, so hope you guys join me. I look forward to hearing what you say about this Haney fight. Again, I'm not trying to trash Devin Haney. I got a lot of respect for him. I'm just keeping it objective. I thought he did great, and then I thought it became a disaster at the end. Look forward to hearing your thoughts.